Got a new package here. This is from Resiners. And what have we got in it now? All right, so this is their UV light. So we are going to do a review of this little UV light here, which means we'll work with some UV resin. And I did ask for it in purple. Oh, that's a dark purple. So we have our little instruction pack here. How to use it, warnings, battery capacities, 22 little UV lights, what each light on top means for power, constant curing, 120-second curing, power off, use it on the desktop, handheld, or you could even mount it on a wall. That's pretty cool. I had not even ever thought about that. So you can keep them together, and you can move the arm higher, lower. You can spread it out to reach multiple pieces, or in and out, etc. Adjust the head to cure different ranges. After cured, wait a few minutes to let the UV resin cool. Otherwise, fingerprints might be left on the surface. So it's a nice little handy little thing there. And as always, your warranty card. So our charging cable. I think this is what you use to hang it on your wall. And this is our little tool. Oh, I thought it was going to be the lighter purple color, like I have in my dual head mixer, but oh, that's cool. So yeah, this is it. Does it have it even has some charge on it. So it's 3 times. So first time is a constant light, the second time is for 120 seconds, and then the third time was off. These are your 2 little light indicators here. Got a couple little scuff marks. That's all right. I don't care about that so much. That's where you put your charging cable in to charge it. And there's the back side. And yep, this is where if you were going to hang it on a wall, hang it in there, and then you just put it up on your wall and it would hang like that. So you could just say, hey, I want to do that or whatever. And so I can go like this. All right, so each point has a stop point. It's not a fluid movement, so that's good. So it stays in place. And then you can adjust these as you want. You can adjust this up, down, out that way. So yeah, we'll give this a play. I really love my other one, so we'll see how this is going to compare to that one. But yeah, excited to give it a little play, a little test run through here and see what we think. So we'll be back. We'll make something. All right, so let's get going here. What are we going to do? We're going to lay some UV resin. I've got the Craftor UV resin. So we're just going to lay down a little base coat of clear resin in these guys, and we're just going to pick some ones that I just like the look of them. No rhyme or reason other than that. I think these little long rectangle ones are really one of my favorites. And now I spread them all across here. Let's get this little guy here. And that's all we're going to do for this first layer. I'm going to find my little dotting tool. And with the dotting tool, I'm just going to make sure that I'm picking up any bubbles that might be in here stuck to the bottom. Like over here, I've got a couple. And we want to make sure we just bring them to the top so they can pop on their own, or when I go after them with a little lighter. But we just want to make sure Get any bubbles off the bottom and away from the edges, and to make sure that the resin has gone around the little post as well. And we're just gonna let it sit here and debubble, degas, whatever you want to say, for a few minutes, and then we will come back with our lighter. All right, I've got my lighter here. I got one of these flexible neck ones, and I'm just gonna go like that along these guys, and hopefully that pops all those bubbles. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little cavities. I gotta go after a little something, little bubbles there. We're sticking to the bottom. This one. It's really hard to see them sometimes. I know a lot of people will also take a flashlight so that they can see any bubbles that may be hiding in there. I think we are good. So since this was an unboxing and I'm reviewing the Resiners little UV guy here, we're going to take this guy, and where should I do it? Let's go this way. And we will first just a continuous light. So that is spreading the light all across here. So we will let this go. Let's actually, if we hit it a second time, it goes to 120 seconds. So that's what we will leave it at. I'm gonna let it sit here. I'm gonna let it do its thing. I still got something in that one. Hope I can get it out or disguise it. Let's see, how fast is this working? Oh, it's working pretty fast. That already has that layer on it. That one may be no-go since I just smushed some of it. But we'll let this keep curing and we'll be back. At 120 seconds, these have that tacky feeling. So if I wanted to cover one with like a mica powder, like if that was all I was doing, this would be a good point to do that. It would stick to it, but I'm not doing that. So we're going to do another 120 seconds. All right, I have turned our mold over, and I'm just giving a little zap on the back side for, again, probably 120. Making sure that the resin is cured on the underside as well. All right, so already I can see, and I'll bring this up to show you, that there was the bubbles that formed on the bottom on those two. That one looks okay. I think I see a bubble at the very bottom, and this one has something strange happening on it too. So I can already see that those, and that's the one I messed up. I think that one's okay. So I can already see that some of these already have some issues, and I don't know if that's the light. I don't know if it's the mold. So I'm just going to say that. I do have a couple little tiny charms that I'm just going to cut off the little end piece here where you would normally hang it from a chain. Because we don't need that piece inside of the actual pendant itself. Excuse me. We'll see on that one. I do have this nice leaf. I think I could just leave that in there, or we'll just try to cut the back off of it. Got part of it off. Oh, no, took it all off. Okay, that's fine. That works. All right. Then I also have a snowflake over here that we could use. I don't mind cutting these off now because it'll save me from doing it at another point in time. Oops, so I just sent that flying off of there. And there we go, that one's cut off. I also have some different color rocks here. I've got various glitters as well, just so we're deciding, you know, kind of what we want to do, or what I want to do with these. So the first one I'm going to grab actually is that leaf. And I am going to lay this down. I'm actually going to take my file and rub some of that very sharp, scratchy part down. See if I can sand some of that away, just so it's not so pokey. Okay. So first, I'm actually going to lay it down on resin. And we want to decide which of our pieces we want to use. I think I'm going to use this guy up here and hope that that doesn't ruin how it's going to turn out. So we'll just lay a little bit in there. Just going to grab a little micro brush here and just spread it around. And then we're going to just drop our pendant wherever we want it to be in here. Whoa. And move it around. I'm going to flick it back up. Actually going to pick up some of this and put a layer down. I'm going to pour some more on that. I just want to make sure we're not going to get any air bubbles. And just move it around. I like it there. I'm actually going to grab some of my glitter here. This is Laura's Art Corner Green Hellebore. Do I want to use this green? I think so. Let's use that. I'm going to try, I'm not going to try, I am going to grab one of my small cups I've already used and just put some of my glitter into here. And we're going to put our UV resin in here with the glitter. Making sure I'm not pressing right away until I see a drop come out, because you're just going to end up pushing air and you're going to flick that glitter everywhere. And now since I've used this, I'm just going to go ahead and stir it. There is something dark in there, I saw. Yep. And get our glitter mixed up in here. Now glitter, because it's not coloring the resin itself, the light can pass through still to cure, and because it's reflective, it shines and bounces the light everywhere to cure it. And that one is all set. That one I just dripped a little bit into already. So let's just go ahead and grab some of this. This is a glitter mix I made. It's from PNW Glitter Co. And I'm just going to actually drop some in there. She sent me a lot of different colors and I just mixed them all together for a little rainbow mix. Grab that one. Come here. Get out of there. All right, I'm going to grab something else to get that with. There we go. Get down there. And cover that back up. And we'll mix it with some of this green that we have left in here. And of course, just one just popped right over. the static on molds makes these glitters fly around sometimes, so that's something to be wary of. You could also take, what do you want to call them? Dryer sheets and wipe down your mold. I don't know how this is going to turn out, if you'll be able to see any of these glitters in this one or not, but since I had already ended up pouring some of our green glitter in that, I just decided to go that direction. And we'll see what happens with that. Again, make sure you're getting around your little post here. And make sure you're not getting any bubbles around there. All right. So that guy, those two are done. We've got this guy over here. Let's do our snowflake. So we will put a little layer down and get these bubbles out. I can definitely see it was not drying as an even layer. Again, don't know if that's the mold, could be my mat. Just something I am observing. And so this is the front of our guy here. I guess it doesn't really matter, they both kind of look the same. And we'll just drop our little guy in here. Now you could do this however you want. If you want it off center, you could do it off center. You can do it center. You could do it like that. Do it like that. I think I'll do the center points in the center. And we'll do that. And I am going to go find my blue. I think that would look good with a blue shimmer. So apparently you didn't see anything of what I did. I had it on photo, not realizing that I didn't have it on the video. Over in that blue one, I took Laura's Art Corner Blueberry Sparkle mixed with UV, and I put a snowflake charm down in there. And it keeps wanting to move after I have it centered. So you do have to watch these as they move before you get them cured up. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the UV light on these to cure, to start curing. I'll move these off to the side in case I want to use them some more. And let's go ahead and just get them spread a little bit there. And we will turn them on for our 120 seconds. I'm going to actually try to lengthen that out over here. Get it at a nicer height, you can see. And that's going to cook for, what's that, 2 minutes. All right, we are going to move on. We're going to move on to this long one down here. We are going to put, again, a little base layer of UV resin here. And spread it out. So you've got that, and then I've got a couple little flowers, little dried flowers here. And we are going to put these in here. All right, we got those spread in there. If I wanted, I could still grab a little sparkle and just flick a little hint of it. Not much, I don't want a whole lot in there. But maybe we just swirl some down into here. Put some up in here. And this will spread as I cover the rest of the piece. So we'll just get a hint of sparkle in and around these guys. So we will take our resin And cover these guys up. Now they are sticking up, so I will have to keep kind of pressing them down into the piece. And I'll end up giving them a back coating, kind of doming the back, if you will. All right, and then we're going to cure that one up. All right, we got that one done. We'll probably go ahead and just leave this clear. We're not going to put any color coat on the back. So I can go ahead and just give it another little coating here. Let that hang out and do its thing. All right, on this one over here, the top corner, I'm laying down my little layer. And I am just moving that resin to cover the base of that. And I am going to use these little multicolored, I guess, shell pieces. These came from Temu, or rocks, whatever they were. Hopefully they're not going to bleed. And I'm just going to dump some in here and fill up the space. And because it can be seen from both sides, just go ahead and put more onto the back here and top it off. Now this one is going to require a bit more curing because those are solid pieces, and so we'll have to cure it from both sides. So now we will go ahead and put our lamp back on and see how that goes and how that's going to cure it up. And we'll be back again in 2 minutes. All right, now the last one we have to do was this guy down here. Again, we're going to put that layer down. And the reason I'm actually putting a base layer down, that first clear layer, it actually magnifies what we put down in it. It also makes sure that it's not sticking out of the mold. It gives it a nice first layer. So this one I am using these little leaves and this little blend I made. So I'm just going to drop some leaves down first, although there are leaves in that little blend I made. I made that last year, so I really have no clue what I actually put in there. So we'll do that. And then we'll just put another little layer here. And then we'll go in with this blend of stuff here. And we're making a mess and getting it everywhere. Make sure we kind of got just a nice coating and a mixture of all this in here. See a little blank spot. Get that blank spot filled with something like a leaf. I want him over here because there's a blank spot that I'm trying to fill in. All right, there we go. There's another one there. And I'm going to actually put a little bit more glitter in there. We're going to pour some more resin into this guy. There's a whole assortment of small, tiny glitter, big glitter, orange, gold, all kinds of stuff in this thing. Leaves, mylar flake, not mylar, kind of like mylar, I guess. It's all kind of in here. That is where we will stop with that one. I do have some black UV resin, so I am going to use that to back a couple of these. Just a little layer there. I think I'm gonna, do I want to do that? I think I actually want to do white on it. No, we'll go ahead and do black, and hopefully it doesn't ruin it. All right. Now we're just going to spread out that black. It's very thick resin. But we don't want it really a thick layer. We do want it to cure up, so we just want it to give it a little darkness in that backside. I'm going to grab my lighter again, and we'll just go over those. That black is super thick, so I just definitely wanted to make sure any little bubbles were out. All right, so let's go ahead and get this cured up. And we are curing these up for 2 minutes. I will say what I feel this is useful for is really just getting a quick set on items, not really a full cure. I think you can do these 2-minute sets and then take it over to your larger curing machine. I think that that's probably what this is best used for, just doing that quick cure, set in place so you can then move it on and put it under a more powerful UV lamp. All right, they've all had 2 minutes. Some have had a lot more. This has had stuff now bond to it. We're going to flip these over. I can feel some of these ones particularly are still sticky. Oh, I was going to do this one in black. Let me do that first. And I will do that another 2 minutes. I might actually do it longer than 2 minutes. I may just set this for a couple sessions for that. And then we're going to flip it over, and then we'll probably do 4 minutes on the back. All right. Let us look and see. It doesn't feel warm. I actually can feel heat from the light, but I don't feel these heated. So definitely was not, oh, a little bit on the back, but not much. So let's see how they turned out. So they're a little tacky. So they definitely need more time. See, that was sticking to my finger there. So they definitely need more time under a light. Sadly, my leaf took off to the side and got swallowed up. And there is a hole right there, but that can be cured up with just another coat of resin. And this is the one that we just put the resin directly down. There's a big crater there that glitter, or we put just the glitter mixed in the resin, and that glitter didn't have resin underneath it, so big crater there. But if you can tell the difference between these two, this one has more depth to it than this one has. And that's what that first clear layer does. And there is our snowflake. He too was getting swallowed up by the resin sparkles. That's my fault. That's not the the light. That's just me. Oh, I do like that one though. That's pretty. Definitely still tacky though. And there's with whatever sparkle came out of that autumn mix that I made, plus the what do you call it? Purple star cluster. Was it purple star cluster? Deep purple magenta suspended star cluster. I mean, it's a pretty blend for sure. This one has a weird divot in it. Again, that's not the light. I think that is just my mat. So that will also need, all of these will need to go underneath a light again. You can see our leaves in there. They'll need a little shaping up. And this guy. So there you can see there is the clear layer first. Again, versus the non-clear layer. Just gives it a little bit more of a depth to it. I like both. And then we've got our last one here. And that's this guy with our little flowers. They got that overpour on it. That's that one. There is a little bubble there, unfortunately. But you know what? Handmade with love. I think it's Claire that says this. Handmade with love, not perfection, right? All right, so I'm going to get that cleaned up. And these guys, we are going to put this way underneath the light to try to get rid of some of that tackiness. Although most of these are going to need a top coat anyways. This one won't, but it will need definitely to get cured some more. So let us try that again. We shall put it underneath. We'll do 4 minutes. Leave that there. We're going to do 4 minutes and we'll be back. All right, so I've had these probably under here 12, 11 minutes. So hopefully, oh yeah, definitely not sticky on this side anymore. Just those spots that I already had. The ones that were kind of on the edges may need a little bit more time underneath, more direct light. So again, yeah, I say this is great for if you want to initially set your UV resin in place and then you are going to finish the cure somewhere else. This can finish the cure, but it looks like it will take a really long time to finish the cure, or you just need to have something that's just directly under it and not spread out when you're moving them and trying to cover a large area. But it's great for setting something in place so you can get it moved elsewhere and off to cure under a bigger or stronger light. So that's what I really think that's its use case would be for. I wouldn't depend on it for solely curing all of your pieces in total. That would be my opinion. And my sides are still sticky, so I have to go around and somehow get the sides of these also done. I am gonna give some of these another back coating just because they're a little short on being filled. Yeah, so we'll do that. And then stick around for the beauty shots. I'll get these all fixed up. I'll get them hung on a rope. Get some jump rings on them. Yeah, I'm gonna get some back layer on these, or another top layer on some, and then a back layer on others. All right, I will see you, or I won't see you. So thank you everybody who watches my channel. Thank you for subscribing. If you like my content, if you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great. If you haven't subscribed, why not? Think about it. It's free. It helps my channel out, just pushes it out into the YouTube universe, says people like my content, and says, hey, look at this. So think about it. It's free. You can point your camera at the QR code popping up on the screen if you would like to do so. Or down in the description, you can click on that subscribe button. I have lots of discount codes in my description, including one for resiners, if you are interested in this light. Like I said, it's great for quick curing things. Give it a quick cure as you're working so you can set them off to the side and then finish curing them off later elsewhere, or putting on underneath that light for a longer time to get them all cured up and set. So yeah, check out coupon codes below. Resiners, PNW Glitter Co. Lots listed below. But please, if you can, like my video if you do like it, and subscribe. That's really awesome. That would help me out tremendously as I'm growing my channel. And with that, all right, I'm going to say goodbye. Stay tuned for the beauty shots, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
A drip, a drop, a dash of hue. I craft, I dream, the world feels new. I prove